Welcome back to LimQ Plus, everyone. On this channel, I'm 100%ing Breath of the Wild by a bit every day until Tears of the Kingdom comes out, which is today in 57 days. And today I'm going to mix it up a little bit. After getting some initial Korok seeds, I'm going to go around and get some more money. I do need to eventually make a couple thousand rupees to complete things like the fairy fountains. What I want to talk about today is something that I've been seeing more and more recently on Twitter, and that's like concerns about Tears of the Kingdom, and specifically my concerns. But I want to start with the concerns that I've seen, which made me to, which basically pushed me to make this video. Now, Nintendo, I talked about this I think before briefly, has recently put out quite a few tweets about Tears of the Kingdom, and they were all kind of like, they weren't really like saying much. They were saying things like, explore a vast world, make your own choice, explore a legendary kingdom, and they were basically continuously using the same screenshots that we have already seen, either from the trailer that was out for over a month now, or that they posted on their website for Tears of the Kingdom. And people have more and more started to basically get a little bit concerned under these posts, being like, do you guys run out of screenshots? Do you not have anything more to show us? And I've been hearing concerns more about people being like, yeah, I don't know, I really have the feeling that this game doesn't really have that much content. I guess we have like some underground areas, floating islands, and that's pretty much it. And other than that, just Breath of the Wild. People really complaining about the marketing for the game in general, for them being essentially silent for so long and then showing like a little bit, but it looks like a lot of people are not happy enough. Now, again, I'm aware that there was a leaked art book for the game that has definitely shown a little bit more than what Nintendo has officially shown. I'm not sure if these people have seen these leaks and they are still not happy, or if they haven't seen them and they're just not happy with Nintendo's official marketing campaign. But I'm going to talk about my own concerns with the game. And actually recently had a dream that Tears of the Kingdom was out, and it was like really bad in my dream. It was like a Souls-like game, but like really bad. I guess this is because I'm currently working on a video for my main channel where I tested out 7 Zelda clones, so not necessarily the games of the highest quality. And it was really sad. I remember waking up and being really glad that Tears of the Kingdom isn't out and it's not like a Souls-like random game, which obviously there was like no real reason for it to be that. It's just what I dreamt about. Also, let me go to my number one money spot over here. There's a lot of rare ore that I'm gonna get. But yeah, so obviously the game isn't out. For me, the number one concern is probably still that Tears of the Kingdom will end up feeling more like a glorified DLC than the main game. Now, do I think this is necessarily a bad thing? It depends. It depends to what extent it will feel that way. Now, I've obviously played Breath of the Wild a lot. I've played it so much that there's this Hyrule GeoGuessr game that you can do, where they put you into a random location of Hyrule, and I will, if I see the image for 0.1 second with 95% accuracy, I can tell you exactly where that shot takes place. That's how well I know Hyrule. Also, I'm aware that there's a Korok seed here, but I'm not going to be getting it out of order. That is literally how well I know the world of Hyrule, so I know this game pretty well. As soon as I saw the big glider in the not recent Tears of the Kingdom trailer, but the one before, I was pretty sure that they are very purposefully aware of the fact that lots of players have explored this world thoroughly, and they want to give us options in Tears of the Kingdom to basically get to the new stuff, right? They want us to get to the new content that they have placed in the world, underground, on the Sky Islands. I think at least that's what the inclusion of not only the glider, but also the vehicles mean. This brings me to my second concern. A lot of people seem to be concerned about the fact that vehicles seem so prevalent in the most recent Tears of the Kingdom trailer. I really don't think that they are going to be a major gameplay mechanic. Yes, you're going to probably be able to make vehicles, but I don't think that's like what the game is all about. People have been calling Tears of the Kingdom like nuts and like Zelda nuts and bolts. Like, it's not gonna be like that. I can say pretty safely, I think the vehicles have their mechanics and have their uses, but I think the main idea for them is, okay, we know, guys, you know Hyrule, we're gonna give you other options to get around so that you can actually explore the new stuff. You don't want to be running around and like, this is how the average Breath of the Wild casual playthrough looks, right? People just walking around and eventually finding a Korok seed or maybe a shrine. And I think the vehicles inclusion means that they're aware that people don't want to do that again because they know the main world of Hyrule already. Now for the marketing itself, I'm not really sure what Nintendo's thinking is. Honestly, I'm not actually, I have worked in a marketing agency before, but I was working in business to business, which doesn't really have to do much with selling things to a customer like us as video game enjoyers. And I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit confused. I would like to hear your thoughts as well. Like, most people that watch this channel are hardcore Zelda fans, or like pretty safely strong Zelda fans, and they're gonna get Tears of the Kingdom almost no matter what. Some people I've heard, my recent video on why I'm getting Tears of the Kingdom digitally went like a little bit more viral. It got like 25,000 clicks, which made me think that more average players got that video and they recommended, because in that video specifically I saw some comments saying, yeah, I'm not gonna buy the game because it's 70 bucks, and yeah, no, the game looks like shit. And as we know, when something is negative in the YouTube comments, like when somebody has something negative to say, they're gonna comment. The people that are not gonna have anything negative to say are probably not gonna comment. I'm basically, the point I'm making is that I know a lot of us are gonna get the game no matter what, even if it does feel like a big Breath of the Wild DLC. It would maybe make the longevity of the game a little bit less strong, but I would still be excited for it and enjoy it. And I am trusting the Zelda team after every game they've put out that Tears of the Kingdom will be good too. But I can definitely understand the DLC concerns. I do really think, I guess I can get this shrine, or I mean I might as well because it's nighttime right now. So maybe next time when I get here I don't have to wait for it. I get the concerns, and I think the average player might not get as excited for just new islands and new things to explore as I was. But obviously there's going to be a new story. I feel like people forget that sometimes. I think the two #1 concerns that people, or not concerns, critique points that people had about Breath of the Wild is that they wanted traditional dungeons and they wanted a more engaging story, one that you can actually explore live and not just watch memories of the past and kind of like find out what happened 100 years ago. And I think both of these concerns, I'm very sure, will be addressed in Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like it would be strange for Nintendo to just completely ignore them, but we'll see. Now, a couple other concerns that I have, I do want to quickly list about Tears of the Kingdom. One I talked about just yesterday is the mini-bosses. We've already seen that, and I guess enemy variety, I think we can basically group that into one. Like, I think in terms of exploration, it's not just going to feel like a DLC. In terms of exploration and story, we're going to probably get full-on dungeons. We're going to get a completely new story, and this time we're probably going to be part of the story as it unfolds, which is exactly what a lot of people wanted. And I would be surprised if we don't get real, like, traditional dungeons. But what I am concerned about personally is, #1, mini-bosses and enemy variety. Yes, enemies have like different horns now, but we still haven't seen that much more enemies, and I really hope they're gonna address that. #2, mini-bosses specifically. Like, we've seen Hinoxes and also Taloses look almost completely unchanged. I think it would be very sad if they really were completely unchanged, because I think there's a lot more potential to make meaningful, more interesting mini-bosses. And then #3 is like kind of like a speedrunning concern, which is that, let's say I'm wrong and the vehicles are really a much bigger part of the game than just a little, like, niche mechanic to make traversal easier and maybe solve some puzzles. I am thinking that that could be kind of sad for the speedrun, because we will most likely skip them. I don't know what our movement tech is gonna look like in Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm almost certain that there's gonna be something to make traversal a little bit more seamless, which is making me think that something like those vehicles would never actually show up in any speedruns. That's a very personal, very niche, quote-unquote, concern. It's not really a concern. But yeah. Overall, and I want to make this as kind of like a closing statement, for the people that are concerned about the marketing and the people that are concerned about Tears of the Kingdom maybe being a flop and not a good game at all, I have always said in one of my first LimQ Plus videos, I think Tears of the Kingdom has a chance to be a better Breath of the Wild, but I don't think it was ever possible for the game to be better than Breath of the Wild, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think it was ever going to make the same waves, it was ever going to have the same impact than Breath of the Wild. But if you really love this game, I think the game is going to be worth the wait for, and you're going to really enjoy it. Don't expect it to be like the groundbreaking thing that this game was, though, but if you really like it, I think you're going to have a great time with it. That's how I think about it. And then one thing that I will say, I'm going to talk about the art book. Now, I'm not going to give a spoiler in the sense of, like, I'm not going to tell you what's in the art book. I will explain you now what I'm about to say. So if you don't want to hear this, you can turn off the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. But I will tell you if after looking at the art book, I'm more excited for the game or less. That's all I'm going to tell you. So if you don't want to hear that, turn off right now if you don't mind. I'm about to say it. I am infinitely more excited for Tears of the Kingdom after looking at the art book. Like, the contents and everything aside, just take that for what it's worth. If you like Breath of the Wild, if this is one of your favorite games, if you're watching this channel, I'm assuming it is, then I think Tears of the Kingdom will be worth the wait for. Don't get too concerned about Nintendo's marketing. We know Nintendo's decision making is weird sometimes. Trust the Zelda team a little bit, and I think you're gonna get a great game. And that's basically what I wanted to say today. Now, what have I acquired here? Actually, not as much as I wanted to. I have like 11 topaz randomly. That's a good start. I will probably do some more rupee hunting tomorrow and then go back to my Koroks the day after. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Tears of the Kingdom will be out in 56 days tomorrow when you can join me for another daily video. Peace.